think, there, because that's where the camera is. First of all, I hope you can hear me okay. Forgive me if my eyes divert off to there, because I'm not used to this Samsung tablet that I've borrowed for this evening. And I'm looking around to see how I can see if people are comment. Live chat, all messages are visible. Live chat, whatever. Okay, I don't know if any messages will be visible. Have my little phone here as a backup. So I'll just give it a sec to see if we're live or anything, what's happening, and wait for a few people to join us. Oh yeah, okay. We've got a live stream happening. Excellent. Oh, this will be putting me off. Yes, I can see on my little monitor. That I know, it's strange. Okay, that dot there is the camera. Okay, well, I'm just wondering, first of all, one person's watching, and g'day to you. I'm not sure if I'll be able to see any chat. I should, but oh, 2 people. Very good. It's a little bit spontaneous, this, and only just set up. So, first of all, hello to the third person. Can someone try and let me know if the audio's okay? That was my biggest worry. Maybe if I come a bit closer. All right. Okay, so in a couple of minutes, let me pull my chair a bit closer. Oh, okay. Well, I can see that. Nowhere to comment. Audio's excellent. Okay, brilliant. Thanks, Kerry. And right, here we go. If we don't drop out, oh, sorry, see, I'm doing it already. Camera over there, forget the screen. If we don't drop out, this will be an experiment on can I really talk about nothing? And anyone that knows me in person knows that I pretty well can. Although I do feel a tad stupid talking to myself. And I forgot my bottle of water, which is inside, and I also forgot my little backup sign I was going to leave if I had to run off to the toilet. But anyway, it is what it is. So those of you that saw my podcast a week ago, those of you that made it all the way through, thank you so much for that. I'm just trying this to see how popular it is. And frankly, it's a bit of a break from... I really should have put this up higher. Hang on. Since we're just setting up, bear with me one sec. I'll put this little basket over here. Nothing but high tech here. And I know this is going to fall down by virtue of the fact that it's Murphy's Law, so... Alright, that might be okay, hey? Right. Okay. Alright. Okay, so you probably can't see behind me there, but that's the city partially obscured by those bloody jacaranda trees that I've complained about before. Okay, still see we're live. No comments yet, apart from Kerry. I don't know, I'm expecting a few people might drop in, Craig, for example. But then again, he's in Perth, so that's 2 hours behind, so yeah, it might take 2 hours to get the signal to Perth from Queensland, I'm not sure. Anyway, alright, so we're 4 minutes in. I'm about to introduce you to someone that's been in my life for... I tried to do the... Nowhere to comment. How is that? I don't know. You're asking me? I'm not... It's 10 months since my last live stream, and the one before that was a brief cyclone one. Just have a look around in settings. I'll click that, share. I don't want to share it. Anyway, it's live, that's the point. Do I want to learn more? No, not at the moment. Nowhere to comment. That's my first question. Oh, I see. Well, I don't know, Kerry. My first answer is beats the shit out of me. Okay. Alright, so for those of you that are hanging in there, all 5, hello all 5, and yeah, hopefully the video's okay. I did a test this afternoon, and well, I guess for a tiny little 7-inch, I think it is, a notebooky thing, or tablet, It's a Galaxy something or other. I guess it's okay. I'm just keeping my eye to make sure the live stream doesn't drop out. All right, so no. Oh, hello. See, I got a comment. I can see it right there. Look. Hello, Aussie Dream Filipina expat. Thank you for joining. I'm very impressed that you did. Thank you. You've just joined me in time because I'm going to introduce you to someone. Now I can't see comments. Can I swear? Yes, of course you can bloody swear. Are you kidding? Fuck yeah. I'm going to introduce you to someone that's been in my life for a long time. Thank you. And it might freak a few of you out too. Here's a little warning: if you're afraid of clowns, look away now. And he's a little worse for wear, but someone I've known for, I've tried to work out whether I was 8 or 10 at the time. Anyway, it's quite a long time, and like me, he hasn't aged all that well. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to present to you now my friend, Head. Head used to have a body, you see. He used to have a mouth too. I don't know where his bloody mouth went. Anyway, this is Head. His original name was... Oh, there you go. Face the bloody front, Head. His original name... Mum bought me him from a company that was called Walton's. And I think I was 8 or 10. He was a ventriloquist doll. I say was because, well, to be honest, he doesn't talk a lot. But he once had a beautiful body. He was only about, Jesus, 2.5 foot tall. Stop blocking my shot, Ed. And he's a bit worse for wear. Super glue and all that. I didn't even have time to vacuum his hair. It used to be a nice blonde, but a little bit ratty. I did spray his face over with some water. Anyway, hello there, expat Filipino. Christ, I told you I could talk about anything. So, hey, step back. This is my video. Yeah, so without a mouth, he can't do a lot of laughing. You used to put your hand in his body, and that one there, I think there was a button that would make his mouth go num 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 num, which is a bit what I do now anyway. And there was another one that never worked. There was a lever here, and his eyes used to blink. But, yeah, they never really worked, so I glued them with super glue. So this is Head. This is his debut to the internet. There was no internet when... you're blocking my light again, you bugger. There was no internet when we met. Was there? No. And, yeah, well... like I was saying, he had a body once, and he had a suit. It was a red jacket, a white vest, a little black bow tie. They went missing as well. Now, if on the odd chance that my mate Phil Taylor, who I've recently caught back up with again, and it's been brilliant, if he is watching, he would be able to tell you the most hilarious memory I've ever had with Head was when I moved to a suburb called Nathan, and we borrowed his trailer, and we had Head right at the very back of the trailer. And just let me put you down for a sec, Head. Okay. Right. And he was dangling. His arms were like that, so like, you know, he just had string for joints. But we had him right at the back of the trailer. So as we're driving through traffic, we had a trailer load of odds and sods moving to my new place, and he was Head right at the back of the trailer going, oh. And the amount of cars that were laughing, I'll tell you what, it was brilliant. Yeah, good memories. And that's the end of the video, so thanks for, okay. Any questions yet? Well, a lot of sandbaggers not saying anything, but, and how much the battery? We're at 90%, that's okay. And, okay, so it's a pretty hit and miss Q&A I thought I'd make it a Q&A. So I'm waiting for questions, and so far I have one, and that was, what's it about and can you swear? So I've answered those. Well, what's it about is entirely up to you guys that want to ask any questions. So I thought of a while back when I did a little poll in my comment section and community tab, which is, if you look below, somewhere up on my channel, you'll find this says community. If I put something there, you can leave your comments there. So I asked for suggestions of topics. That's right, I did a video on it, and I had quite a few. One of them I haven't yet gone to the extent of making a video about. Grab some coffee here. And that was what's involved in making a video. Now, those of you that are familiar with my normal videos will know. Someone let me know if I start speaking too softly, by the way. That I go to an awful lot of trouble usually with editing, and they're called cutaway shots to demonstrate what I'm talking about. So, okay, from concept to finish, and this will be a lot easier to explain than actually make a video about, although I may still do that. And this is for you, mate, that asked. I'd say 99% of my videos obviously will start with an idea or a thought. And the cursed thing about that is that they usually come to me late at night, or if I'm in the bath, such as I just was. And then I start to think, oh, okay, how to do it. So mostly, except for really complex ones, I never use a script. I just speak from the heart. Oh, somebody's coming here. Oh, okay. Ed the Head. No, his name's not Ed. It's just Head. Don't call me names, Gary. So, but they're not scripted. I only talk about things that I have experiences with. The medical ones that I've, or sorry, no, I can't say medical. The Ed the Head sounds better. Well, a bit late now after 45 years to rename it. The ones that I think about are ones that I just have tried myself. And look, I don't, or I can't legally recommend you try any of the medical things I've tried. I just tell you my experiences. So that's my little disclaimer. It's up to you if you want to try any of them. But yeah, I never try and lead people astray. And I will never, ever, ever recommend something that I don't believe in. Won't sell my soul to the devil. So, yeah, so, and maybe some things I'm not right about. As I've said before in videos, do your own research. Oh, there's some comments. Maybe it's, yeah. Yes, Kerry, you got it. Yes, okay. There, you found the comment section. Now teach me how to do it. Yes, you found it. Thumbs up to that one. So, yeah, you keep throwing me with these comments. Yeah, woohoo, haha, very good. I can't wait to watch this back. I'm not sure if I'll see comments when I watch it back. Anyway, we'll see how it goes. So, back to the topic. Has anyone worked out I get distracted easily? Okay, if you haven't, well, you now know. So where was I? Someone remind me. We have 3 people watching. I assume one of them is Craig. Well, I know who 2 of them are, so maybe you're anonymous. So back to how do I put things together. Starts off with an idea. For example, I'll stop being so slack and relying on live feeds and the thing I did last week. Yes, thank you. And medical procedures, things that I've tried myself. So aside from those, well, mostly they're off the cuff. But other ones, I almost never have a script for, well, never a script per se. This isn't my acting channel. But if they're a complex one, I may make some notes, and I find they're the worst to make because I'll have a whole lot of things to say. And then the problem with that is that you then have to edit it and make it a bit coherent. And often, if it's a big list, I'll cover this, 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 and then go, oh, okay, did I cover that? And then go back, I'll cover it now. So when it comes to editing, of course, they're all out of sequence to what I'd planned. And yeah, they're very time consuming. I think one of the most complex, aside from that aspect, videos I made this year was my tour of the house. That was complex because I worked out, or tried to work out how I could go. I mean, obviously most of it was at high speed. How I could go from one area to the other without doubling back. And oh boy, that took a bit of working out, I can assure you. But yeah, the end result was fairly funny, I think. Probably a bit long, but oh well. There you have it. Stand by, cup of coffee time. So, there was a complex one. Oh yeah, the Benny Hill music. Yeah, it went well with it. Also used a bit of that music with the Teddy special. Where's Teddy? Teddy, come here. She's looking up. Teddy. Come, Teddy. Studio A. I could run off and get her. Hands up who wants me to run off and get Teddy. Teddy, come out here. It's night time, you see. And let me put in parenthesis. I'm sitting out here on the veranda, which you can't see really well. But up until just to go for it, all right, I will in a sec. Teddy doesn't like coming out at night. Up until that point, there goes me on a tangent again. Up until that point, I have no idea. Let's go get Teddy. Stand by. Hold that thought. And this is where I had planned to have a note saying be right back. So don't go away. That's squeaky chair. I'll get Teddy. Teddy. Come on, you said you wanted to do something. Come here. Come on. Yeah. Oh, come on, it's okay. You said you like vlogging. Just like a live vlog. You love it. You ready? Hang on, here comes Teddy. There's Teddy. There, look. She said, that's not the camera. You look in that spot, look. Don't growl this time. There's Teddy, the vlogging cat. I was talking about the video we did. Oh, you did that last time. Look, there's you on the screen. And down there. Don't you want to be on the TV? Right? Right. Alright, you go over there. Thanks for the fur, Teddy. Yeah, okay. Well, Teddy's more of a daytime cat. Yeah, so there was, what was it called? A Day in the Life of Teddy? Anyway, it was one of my favourites, so I quite liked it. So any other questions? Now we have 5 people watching. For those that missed, just introduced you to Head, which is my old mate from when I was 8 or 10, so I might have been 6. I was living in a suburb called Mansfield at the time. And yeah, so I don't like putting my age up too much, but so if I was 10, that was 45 years ago. No wonder his bloody body's fallen apart. Mine has too. Good evening. Did you finally catch up in Perth, Craig? I know the signal's taken a while to get all that way from Brisbane. Anyway, yes. Oh, okay, that's what I thought. You just got home. Well, I guess, I suppose this would be watchable any other time, but I wanted to introduce you, since you're so late, to my mate called Head. he started off as he had a full body down to there, but over the years he's kind of become a bit decrepit like I have. So anyway, okay, so back to, for those of us that were there at the time, all 5 of you now, how I start assembling a video. G'day Hetty, and you just missed Teddy. You'll have to replay it. Teddy's on the table. Or just for you, Craig. Hang on. I'll rotate this thing. Teddy. Teddy. Here's your #1 admirer. Stuff you, Craig. She says I only do daytime videos. Dickie's niece cousin. I love Dickie Nee. Oh no, she's coming back. Yeah, I do love Dickie Nee. Wonder if Dickie Nee would subscribe. Hello, Teddy. Teddy, Craig says hello. She said, I'm not talking very much tonight, Craig. I'm a daytime cat. Okay, so how I start a video. I was hoping Puppy Breath might join, but apparently it's after 2 AM her time, so I don't blame her. Might be cousins. Teddy, Head came a long time before Dickie Nee, so that's how old Head is. I think that light's okay. So yeah, I'll start with an idea or a concept, and then it's like a curse really, because then I think of all the shots I'm going to need, and of course you have cutaway shots, which are pretty simple to demonstrate the shot. So as I said, most of the time I don't have notes because it's just off the top of my head. No, not that head. No, sorry, head. But anyway, so then I'll just step you through the process for those that are wondering. So then, of course, I'll set up things like I've set up now, but this is a, what do you call it, tablet. So I'll set up the camera. Sometimes I'll use this thing, which is a Gorilla Pod. Other times I'll use a proper tripod. These are brilliant. If you didn't see my review about it once. I first learned about these wonderful things from Casey Neistat, who's a brilliant vlogger. Except he doesn't know. He never seems to work out. Half the time his camera will fall off. And I worked out quite soon. There's a screw there. All I have to do is nip that up a bit, and that stops it sagging. Because those that have seen my my short series I did up at Maroochydore on the Sunshine Coast, about an hour-ish north of where I live here in Brisbane. When I filmed the introduction to that one, the camera was slowly doing this as I was talking, and I thought, that's a bit weird. So I found out that was the problem. Anyway, so first step, set up your camera. Record the video, obviously, and then the next step that I do, copy the little SIM card. What is your passion besides acting? Making YouTube videos. As a matter of fact, my passion is more YouTube videos than acting these days. These days I pretty well only do acting for money, or projects that really interest me. Yeah, so I used to love acting. I still like acting, but I prefer creating my own stuff for YouTube, which is why it is a bit disheartening when you don't have that many subscribers, but such is life. And yeah, so then you get the memory card, slot it into the adapter in my case, put it into the USB port of your computer, copy that to your hard drive, and then put it into your editing program, which I've always used Sony Vegas Pro, different versions of that over the years. And then yeah, then your creative side takes over, and you get a million cuts and everything like that, and then you put in I don't know, cutaway shots on a separate video track. The most complex one I had a lot of audio tracks. It was a little trailer I made for something. I think I had about 20 audio tracks. It was bizarre, and probably a lot of it was lost by the time you saw it online, but yeah, every little noise and everything like that. So anyway, when you finally finished, anywhere from a day to 2 weeks later, such as my, what's it called? Yeah, I've forgotten. My huge vlog video that never really had that many views. That took me nearly 3 weeks, and that sounds a lot, but that was a lot of work. Yep. So anyway, so once you've got everything in one timeline, then you need to select everything and render it to the format that you want, which I always use MP4. So you'll go into settings of the MP4 and decide, well, you select the frame rate. And I'll steer off the technical side in a second, but this is for those that are wondering. I find, hello from England. Hey, Mac, how you going, buddy? I think it was you that asked. Was it about how I do videos? No, I don't think it was. But g'day, buddy. It's 7:30 p.m. on the dot here in Brisbane, Australia. And behind me there is Brisbane City way in the background. It's quite a few miles away. Well, it takes, I guess, roughly 20 minutes on a good run from here to the CBD of Brisbane. And surprisingly, if I was to go that way, it's probably 25 minutes to Ipswich CBD, which is the next city. Ipswich, by the way, was meant to originally be the capital city of Queensland, but as it turned out, Brisbane did. So, yeah, little factoid there. So, yeah, well, someone remind me what I was talking about? Okay, so then you've got everything on your one timeline, and those of you that make videos like Craig and Mac, etc., know what I mean. Then you'll render that into the format that you want, and then you can upload it to YouTube. So that's the long and the short of it. It sounds pretty easy, but it's usually not. It's usually a long, long way from easy. But it's fun, I love it. I love it. Even this, this is my third live stream now, ever. And I just thought, well, since a week ago I made the podcast with video, those of you that haven't seen it, please feel free to see it. I just thought it'd be something different. And last time it was a bit weird, and I again thank Craig for helping me last time, because it kept coming out vertically. And I think it is still vertical. But this one looks like it's actually come out horizontal, so we're ahead already. So anyway, the lighting here, I've only got the veranda lights on. Decided to come outside. Last week's was inside with different lighting, etc., which came out okay. But yeah, back to the story I was starting to say about, and it's not going to happen now, but I was a little worried, had I had this any earlier this evening, that I may be attacked by these big black birds called curlews, because just off camera you won't be able to see, but just over there at the end of the veranda, over there, oh, where are we pointing? Over there is a tree, and in that tree there's a nest, and there was a nest there last year too, of these birds called curlews, which I quite like. They're like crows, but let's see now, it's greatly. My little tripod set up here. This isn't that great. Whatever works, eh? I quite like them, but a mate of mine around the other week said they actually attack other birds, which I've seen them do. Okay. Oh no. No, I don't want to stop. Yeah. Question sort of like videos make to get hits. How do you do? I missed that question, Kerry. Right, now stay there. Not you, I'm talking about the laptop thing. Yeah, so there's a nest of curlews up the top of that tree. And a mate of mine told me they attack caged birds. Normally I do see them hanging around Bobo, the who's now in bed inside there. Bobo, the rainbow lorikeet. But today I happened to come out and have a coffee, and I saw that, yes, another one was sitting on his cage, and this time it was trying to peck through. So poor old Bobo, for the time being, I think is going to have to remain in the house unless I'm out here. How to do different things like making a cart, how to plant stuff, that sort of thing. How to plant stuff? What, plants? Plants? Please explain what you mean. How to plant stuff? What? Plant stuff on people so they get busted? Or I don't know what you're talking about, Kerry. Hang on. I'm playing it by ear. How would I know? How to plant stuff? How to make cards? I don't know. It's a long time since I've made websites. How to make something. How to take a photo. How to take a photo. Use a camera. You should know. You're a photographer, like I used to be. I don't know. We'll discuss that and maybe yeah, that sort of thing. Okay. How to take a photo. You mean when I'm making a YouTube video? I pause for breath. I pause for Kerry to type out what she means. Anyone else know what she means? Someone ring her up. Hang on. No, I won't. Could be live if you want. Could be live if you want. I think I'm on a tangent, which is not surprising. I was going to try and use my Panasonic camera for this event tonight. I think it may be possible. There's a video out, so I reckon it would be possible to feed that into, say, a laptop. What noise? There's crickets I can hear. Like a high-pitched noise? Oh, there's a Harley Davidson somewhere down the main road, a couple of blocks away. Yeah, so there's a family of curlews, back to the topic. Thanks for the thumbs up. I have 2 thumbs up. That's brilliant. Can other people please give me a thumbs up? That's a kookaburra, but another weird noise. No kookaburras at night. Oh, there's well, I don't know how good this microphone on this Samsung is. Obviously pretty good. That high-pitched noise are flying foxes, which are like bats for those who don't know. And actually, yesterday afternoon, around about 5:30 p.m, as it was just going to get dark, weird bird sounds. Yep. Thanks, Craig. Don't forget to do it on the thumbs up button thing too. Right, I'll look for that. Okay. Yeah, no, I come out in the afternoon and looked, going from, I guess, north to south. There was a whole lot of flying foxes. I will listen to the playback. I'm curious now. Whole lot of flying foxes. I probably came out towards the end of the run, so I imagine there was thousands. But it was really cool. It's funny because, look at this. There's a delay with what I'm... Here's my phone. Oh no. Oh, here's an effect I learned at College of Art by mistake. Check that out. I wonder if I can replicate it. Okay. Just pausing to see. No, it wants to. It wants to. See that? I found that out at College of Art in 1987 when I put a video feed. That's weird to look at that back. Put a video feed through the monitor, and when you put it through a TV, there's basically a tunnel. You may have seen it in an old episode of Doctor Who. I think they had that spirally effect as part of their original intro. That's how they do it. It's just a slight delay with the video signal, and that feeds and feeds. Anyway, back to the flying foxes. Or should I finish the discussion of the curlews? Yeah, so I brought Bobo inside because there is a nest up this tree, like there was last year. And it's mating season for them, lucky them. And yeah, so they're very protective. I saw them attacking kookaburras this morning, which is not good. But anyway, I like the sound they make. Some bird sounds. Oh. Okay, Kerry, please pay attention to this video, the important one. This is live. You can watch the other one later. Or you can watch this one tomorrow. Right, so everyone don't be concerned. Kerry's just gone a bit weird. But she's like that. I know her in person, so that's why I love her. Okay, so yeah, the mating season. Bobo being inside, who Teddy's now checking her out there. And yeah, so that's the issue. But whilst I'm talking about the flying foxes now, keep up. Yeah, where Mum used to live once at Harvey Bay, which is 3.5, maybe a bit more hours from here. Never drove there from here, but from where I lived at Camp Hill. And nobody made comments about that. I got all the jokes when I lived at that suburb, you know. Yeah, and no, I wasn't camp, but it was on a hill. I did do a bit of a speed record. Now, I hope there's no police watching. It doesn't matter, you have no proof. I got there in 3 hours once in my little Toyota Celica. Probably got home a lot quicker once in my white Corvette. Probably shouldn't say the speed that the speedo said on the way back, just in one short section. Is this an admission of guilt? Without proof? Oh, I'm only joking when I said the speedo said 285 kilometres an hour. It was damn quick. And I know my passenger at the time had the claws in the dash. There was no speech. Yeah, it was really quick. Luckily, there's only 5 people watching this, so yeah, keep that to yourself. Don't share it with the rest of the world. Yeah, that was quick. But when Mum lived there, there's a place nearby, I think a few kilometres, maybe 10 from where she lived, in the caravan park. Was it Two and Two Creek? I might have shut someone up. Yeah, I'll tell. If you want, I'll tell you another story about that in a sec. Remind me how to shut people up in the car. Yeah, in the afternoon, and probably the same time, you'd go out, look up, and there was these bloody thousands. I can't tell you how many thousands. I wouldn't know. Now, that noise is not a bird. That's someone dropping a tin can next door. Sounds like a can of beans, so at least they've eaten. I haven't made dinner yet. Thousands and thousands of flying foxes. And it was brilliant because they were really low, lower than the ones I saw last night. And you actually felt, I'm not joking, you actually felt the air cool down. From all the flapping of thousands of wings, the air was quite cool. It was brilliant. I know they're a major problem at some places because there are so many. And to, was it the, I'm going to say this wrong because it was a girl I once knew. I want to say the Nelissa virus, but it wasn't Nelissa. But it probably was her. Anyway. Something like that. You all heard of it if you've been in Australia. Became a big problem, and how that perpetuated, apparently, was the bat guano, as they like to call it, the droppings, the poo. I think they worked out when they flew over stables, it was falling into the horse feed, something like that, and the horses were getting it, and that, I think, did that morph into the equine virus? I don't know, but that one itself, we had a problem here. I think it was mostly limited to Queensland, and this is 10, maybe more years ago. It got so bad, they were limiting movement of horses in floats, the horse caravans that they pull along. I'm not sure if they're called floats overseas. Yeah, I remember seeing signs, even about 10 kilometres away at Kenmore. They had police mounted there at one stage just watching for horse floats because they were actually stopped for a while. They weren't allowed to move. Oh, neighbour's child. Neighbour's the neighbour's child that dropped the tin can. By the way, neighbour's child, pretty unlikely you'll find me on YouTube, but make sure Mum and Dad subscribe, okay? And you can be in my vlog sometime. And I don't know if I should have this monetized. It didn't ask me, I think. Yeah, they weren't allowed to leave the property. Yeah, that's right, it was banned. Yeah, I don't know if this is monetized. Super chat should be enabled. So if that is, I mean, I qualify as having super chat. If it is, and you want to send me a large sum of money to cover my airfare, I'll come to your place and vlog if you're overseas. If you're not too far away, slip me a bit of petrol money and I'll do it. Maybe not your place, Craig. You're a little bit too far to drive for my comfort. But yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing you next year when you come and visit. That'll be bloody awesome. So that's brilliant, mate. I will try and stay alive at least till then. Okay. But my spirits are lifted having a chat to you guys at the moment. I'll supply the coffee. I've been to your place, Kerry, and you supplied the coffee, but yeah, okay, we can do something. 6 people and 3 thumbs up. Well, why does that not add up? Why haven't I got 6 thumbs up? I was going to mention too, this video is monitored. Oh, good, okay, well, do you want to do the super chat? I believe you can, like, give money. I don't know how it works. I wouldn't do it, but, you know, if there's some rich dude watching, wants me to come to wherever, I'll go. I'll probably take up 2 seats these days. Anyway, now I've forgotten again what I was talking about. Pause for coffee identification. Can you read that? Coffee, to me it's backwards. And I'm on a delay on the phone, so I can't see where I'm up to. I'm probably still introducing head. Those that missed the beginning, you'll have to watch it when it's finished, and you can learn the history of head, so to speak. I mean, that guy has been with me for a long time. Peter Patter was his name. Peter Patter Puppet. It's the right way around. Not to me. It's backwards to me, because I'm using the reverse camera. Yeah, anyway. Okay. So, yeah, we had the equine virus, which was really bad, and thanks, I think, to CSIRO, which is one of the most cleverest bunch of people around in Australia. They've invented so many great things. I tell you what, even Interscan, which is the landing system or the antennas for airports worldwide, was invented by CSIRO. Hear that sound? That's a gecko, a little lizard, for those that don't know. Little tiny pink, almost transparent thing. Okay, so now we'll skip back to how to make people quiet in a car. I'm going to let you into a little trick. One day, and it'll probably never happen because people are getting older, but when I used to, I'll have to maybe be cautious the way I word this. When I used to work for the government and worked for a service that catered for people with intellectual disabilities, mostly intellectual, sometimes psychiatric, sometimes dual diagnosis. Well, I know of a story where one guy had a particularly bad behaviour, and and I mean a violent behaviour, and the residential care officer, as they were called at the time, decided that they would really break the speed limit, and then the guy that was causing so much behaviour just sat there. So there's a trick. A lot of things we did weren't quite kosher. We had the responsibility in a lot of cases of doing what the police did, but we didn't have the legal side always on our side. And I'm not talking about horrible shit things like client abuse. You know, we didn't do that crap. Anyone that did ought to be in jail. But there are little tricks and tips of behaviour management, and for people that we coined the phrase maladaptive coping strategies, among every other thing. I came up in a meeting once, and the HR person, or whoever she was, had a friend that reminded me of this once, and she was talking all this, and I, with a straight face, said something about, what about the triple helix concept? Because it was a little concept I've devised. It's all bullshit. But rather than look stupid, because she had this persona to put across that she was, you know, she knew everything, she just answered with a straight face, oh yeah, there is that too, yeah. Funny. What else was I going to say about? There's another coping strategy I thought of. Damn. This is a silent pause. I can hear people. Damn, it was a good one. Anything else I meant to go back to and didn't? Someone pop up with a thing? And we've dropped off 2 people. Oh, we've got 1 extra thumbs up though. So we've lost 2 people. I'm sad to see you go, but I hope you watch this back sometime. And we've been going for 47 minutes and 35 seconds, which by the time I switch this off, probably my little phone will still be starting. Look at that. I am not a twin, except for my clone video. Okay, that was a really hard one to make. Since we're talking before about making videos, that was so complex. It's the first time I'd ever cloned, and oh boy. Here's something that's relevant to those that are watching. With editing, even I've had many years of it. So, do you get it now to do live video? I think you could literally go for the rest of your life and live stream. I don't think there's any limit. Yeah, so will you stop bloody interrupting me and throwing me off my thought, Gary? You know what I'm like. Anyway, and yeah, what was the complex video? Oh, this is pointless, isn't it? Okay, no, I'm just joking. Oh, yeah, the cloning one. So I like to challenge myself, even though I've been editing for many years, on and off. And if there's a new thing, I like to find out how to do it. But don't just do it. I like to do it better, or a more complex way. That's what I did with the cloning. And basically with that, and some of the things I've done before, I'd be flat out remembering how to do again. I'd have to start from scratch. But normally when you see, like I did with my, I think it was my 500 subscriber special last year or the year before, rather than the simple way, I'll try and explain. There's a line somewhere on the screen that how do I put it simply? You'll have a second video and you'll merge that. Let's call it that. So the trick is that line, you can sometimes see there's a slow, and you'll even see this in certain movies. They're pretty good now, but some of the older movies, I'll turn this up a minute. It's a bit hot. So rather than just have a line, I did that one on the one of the couches, and I deliberately kept all the animals, little stuffed animals, mostly the ones that I'd given Mum over the years. So I made this mask, the line for the mask, not straight. I deliberately went curved, in and out and around, Made the work hard for myself, I tell you that. It took me most of the day. But I was 99% happy with it, and you virtually can't see where I did it. So I like to try and push myself a bit further with things like that. Okay. Well, anything else? Anyone? Oh, we're back to 5 watches. I'm still only 3 thumbs up. You know that down here there's a thumbs up. You can click that if you like. Feel free. Something that occurred to me too. A lot of people don't subscribe to channels because they can't. To subscribe or give a thumbs up, you have to not have a YouTube account. I may make a short video about this in the near future, but it's something that only occurred to me recently. Now, you don't need a YouTube account to just be able to do that. All you need to do is have a Google account, because Google owns YouTube and Alphabet owns Google, etc. But most of you would have already had a Google account, and that's all you need to sign into YouTube or watch via YouTube, and then you can subscribe. But some people don't. A lot of people don't, actually. There's also some people, and they are in the minority, that seem to have this thing about YouTube. Like, oh, I don't watch YouTube. There's no great mystery. YouTube's just a platform of video hosting. It's a bit like turning on your television set. You know, you've got channel whatever, 2, 7, 9, 10, blah, blah, blah. Well, it's more or less the same, except it's coming over the internet rather than over the radio waves from the TV tower, which is over there somewhere. Probably 15, 20 minutes away from where I live. Have I ever done a video there? Not sure that I have. So maybe I might do video from there one day. It's if I can get my legs to work properly and not be in pain when I walk, as is the case most of the time lately. Still no appointment for that, by the way, just to touch base on what I mentioned on the podcast. But they think it could be early next year. Yeah, YouTube is excellent for anything. I love YouTube. So do I. There have been other platforms, and there probably may still be some other platforms come. And look, I tried DTube, and that was okay, but no one yet has the ability to do what YouTube does. YouTube, literally, and I'm not exaggerating, they have many, many, many acres or hectares, whichever one you like. I'm talking thousands, full of servers, which are big computers of data storage. It's mind-blowing. As much as we've all had issues with YouTube, those of us that create, and we lost our monetization, a lot of us did, for nearly a year, despite appeal after appeal. We got it back. Well, I did. And it's, as I said on the podcast, it's not about the money. I mean, I don't make much money from it, sadly. Some people do, and more power to them. I know a guy I've been watching a lot lately, well, actually him and his mate on his channel. I just discovered last night, he started off, he had 300 subscribers, and I think in 5 months, he had 50,000 subscribers. And I think it might have been less. It might have been 3 months later. And in 5 months after that, I think he was up to 100,000 subscribers. So it's still possible. Not when you make generic stuff like me, but yeah, I mean, him and his mate both do travel videos, really long ones. So it's still very popular. Holy hell, yeah, I know. Which is why, as I said on the podcast, I got a bit depressed last week when his mate gave away the silver play button, which YouTube gives you once you hit 100,000 subscribers, and he just gave it away. He said it never meant anything to him because he said it's pretty easy with a few months' work to get that these days. Well, as I said, you're out of touch, buddy. Well, maybe if you do what they do, it is, but for most people, no, it's not. And it's just an acknowledgement. But YouTube, I think, is great. I was thinking before this video, what will I talk about? I was going to mention that, in my opinion, YouTube has brought the world a little closer together. It's made it a bit smaller, where we now can search for things. Okay, there are big issues with not always knowing what the truth is about a subject, or if you put the truth out there, someone will make a counteraction on that. It's just the way it is. But as far as learning things, it's brilliant. There's never been anything like it. Thumbs up everyone that knows what an encyclopedia is and used to use them when you were younger. Yeah, stuff that. I'd rather Google it or YouTube it. Yeah, anyway. You see, I don't read books. I used to browse through tech manuals and things like that. I don't read books. I would much rather watch a video version of something. I'm a visual person when it comes to information. I don't want to sit and read it all. You know, I would like to see it, and that's what I try and do with some of my videos, or I guess most of them. If I'm talking about something, I'll show you what it's about and what's happening, as well as just tell you. Which is why when I did my podcast, and let me know if you'd like to see another podcast sometime soon, why I made it a video rather than just an audio. Because, as I said at the time, throw a thumbs up, yep, yeah, or click the little thumbs up that's under YouTube there. Yeah, but I appreciate those thumbs up too. Why? Yeah, I don't know. I've forgotten again. I should probably eat. I've been going nearly an hour, and so it must be heading up to 8 o'clock. It's not too bad, is it? Still got 5 people. 4 thumbs up. We need 1 more at least. Yeah, so YouTube's great. You can get a lot of info. Lately I've been vegging out a bit and trying to rest my legs, etc., and my mind, and been watching a fair bit, which I don't normally do. I never used to watch any TV in the daytime, except when I was a little kid. I'm still not watching TV as such, but I watch all of my YouTube videos on the big plasma, the 50-inch, whatever it is, 60-inch, in the lounge room. What's wrong? Yeah. Check out the podcast, Kerry, that I made a week ago. I went into the story about that. It's both legs. I've got a blockage in one of them, and yeah, for a while now I've been in extreme pain when I walk. Anything, sometimes just from here in the house to the letterbox and back, you know. But anyway, check out the podcast. And if you don't, I'll have a chat to you about it at Jim's next time I see you next month. I should be there and listen to the music. Yeah. Yeah, no, it's not something I'd normally talk about. I don't talk about my health things much. Yeah. All right, cheers. And yeah. So I guess, look, we're at 59.5 minutes. Anyone else have any questions? Not the gecko over there. Flying foxes have gone quiet. How to make people be quiet in cars. I wish I could remember that other trick. So I've covered how to make a video. That's sure as hell. Because I thought when I was asked that question, that's an awful lot of bloody complex thing. How do I edit videos? How do I teach you 20 plus years of editing in one video? Anytime I've made a how-to video about what to do on YouTube or whatever to change things, I have to use a screen capture program. And usually I use a free one because I don't do it often enough to justify purchasing it. So I use a free one, then uninstall it because I don't need it, and then next time I do, I just reinstall it, the trial version, whatever works. Now there's a light plane going somewhere. Is it? Yeah, it's a plane. Wondered for a sec, was it a motorbike? Yeah, I don't know. Alrighty, well, I'm just going to be painful if I keep you here longer than I need to, so I guess, yeah. So I guess I'll wrap it up unless there's any fresh questions. I'll say g'day to the people that do watch this tomorrow or whenever, if they watch it. I understand too, I should have said at the beginning that, as should have had, that it's not easy to try and coordinate a live stream where a lot of people can watch. I mean, to Kerry and I, it's just gone 8 p.m. on Wednesday night, which means to you, Craig, if you're still there, it's 6 p.m. in WA, Western Australia. But overseas, of course, on the other side of Australia, it's the middle of the night. So, yeah, it's really hard to coordinate that people can watch at the same time. So you will be able to watch this back. And if you are watching it back, thank you for watching as long as you have. If you have. Yep, 6:05 p.m. Oh, okay, yep. All right, I was slightly delayed after 7, that's right, because I couldn't get this thing to start. Nice seeing you live, Steve, watching while I work. Good on you, Mac. What are you doing? You out at work at the moment or just working from home? 11:06 a.m. here. Okay. So you'll be stopping for lunch when I'm about to make dinner. Cool. Any plans for lunch? I'm going to have these little steak things. I forget what they're called. I'm going to cook them up very soon. Working from home, yep. Nothing beats it, hey. I love it. I've done it many times in my life. I've also worked for the man, as they say. There are pros and cons. When you're working for someone, you're guaranteed that if you turn up, you'll get paid a set figure usually. But yeah, nothing beats working from home, that's for sure. Alrighty, well, thanks for watching, folks, and I've got 5 people watching, still only 4 thumbs up. Maybe you can't leave the thumbs up. You know what I mean? The little thing down the bottom here somewhere. Where's the bottom? Thanks for your live link. Looking forward to the next one. Okay. So let me know also in the comments if you want to see another live thing or another podcast soon, and I'll and also leave a topic. What sort of topic you'd like to see? That's quite important. So a question to you all before I go: have I or have I not proven I can rabbit on about anything? Yes? Do we have a yes? Anyone on the screen? No one's... Yes? Okay. And it's difficult, which is why I brought my mate Head here along, because I thought... And this is what inspired me. So you see, wonder where my thoughts come from. I thought, okay, it's one thing when you have 2 people talking in a... Yes, I can talk underwater. And that's a video I'm going to make. Once it warms up a bit more, I'm getting back into the pool and making a video, which I've covered a little. I'll give you a clue if you watch the podcast, where I had a few show and tell items. You'll also see me having a drink of balsams, if you watch that one I made last week. Or you can listen to it while you're pottering around at home. It's mostly things you can pick up on audio, but I do have a few items. I've been going back into the swimming pool. I haven't today. Put some algicide in yesterday, so I'll give it a day or 2 to be a little safer to swim in. But yeah, I will show you that I can talk underwater if the plans go like I said last week, if someone has an old GoPro they want to donate, feel free. Otherwise, I'm going to have to try something else that may or may not work depending on the old camera I've got. But I'll give it a go. I mean, that's what I do. Okay, so should I wrap it up? Yeah, okay, I can talk underwater. So thanks to those that tuned in. Haven't been in my pool yet. Okay, I've been in a few times in the last week or two. I've been doing a bit of aqua aerobics, which basically is just running backwards and forwards with some resistance exercises for my legs until they burn, which doesn't take long. I don't know if that does any good or not. At least I'm moving my muscles, and that in itself is important. Does it qualify as cardiovascular? That I'm struggling to do because of the leg situation? I guess anything's better than nothing. Is it ideal? No. But it's something. Alright, so yeah, leave your comments below, even if you're watching this at a later date. And let me know if you want to see, first of all, another podcast that I did last week. And also if you'd like to see another live stream. I think this one went pretty well. I was thinking if it didn't really have any legs, then yeah, I'm going to make another coffee when I get off this. I was thinking last week if it didn't, sorry, I was thinking today, if tonight didn't go too well, I could just delete the video, but I'll leave it up there. It should automatically be in my list of videos. Live streaming is good. Okay, what's different? Craig, as we've spoken on the phone, when you do come and visit next year, oh yeah, I'll make you a coffee. Two. When you do come and visit, yes, we've had a chat. We will do a live stream together. And hopefully between us, we might get a few people, might keep going with it. What, live stream? This one? I had planned to prepare a little sign to put on head, saying back in a few seconds. He's going to hang it from his mouth. Because having a coffee is not the only thing I'm looking forward to doing. You really? Okay. All right. I guess I could for a little while. All right. Yeah, well, you know what I mean. I mean, I can just, you know, I'm a man. We can just slip into the bush there, which is what I plan to do. But, yeah, so you can't see much of a view here. You can see the trees. Hands up then, or thumbs up, who wants me to go a little longer? Okay, you can message me. But I'm still looking live stream on the phone here. See? Look at the delay though. See, I'm still talking, look. That's a bit hard to say. I'll dull the light for a second. It's very hot, isn't it? Yeah, I wonder if... You go... Is my... I look fine on the screen, but is my face more or less a normal skin tone? Can someone tell me that? May need to fast forward on your phone. Yeah, I don't know. It's technology. Does my skin tone look alright? Okay. So not like that, because that's what it looks like on my phone. This is the light, but I'll turn it right down. It's one of my little fill lights I use. See? Whoa! Press live. What? What's better? No, okay. One thing I wanted to say, if I haven't said it before, that I noticed when I got back into the film industry, which is a side issue to YouTube. Back 33 years ago, when I went from being a professional photographer and got into the film industry, we turn that light off. Okay, hang on. There you go. The light is now off. I'm just using the little overhead incandescent lights and the fluoro light from the veranda. What do you reckon about that? That's good, is it? So if I just have a little fill. Whoops, that's a bit too hot. Yeah, like that. Okay, should put it here really, so have a go. Isn't it Halloween soon? Ooh, scary, scary. Ooh. One thing I noticed when I went from 33 years ago, we used to have big generator trucks. Okay, big generator trucks and big HMI lights or Jaime lights, and they were like 10,000 watt. They were 3 or 4 feet across. Yeah, spooky. No, that's my normal face. Yeah, and they had to have a big generator truck to run them, and also in order for the light to work, you had to have a massive round plate of glass that fitted over it and locked in, or else the light wouldn't come on. That was a safety thing. There was a UV filter, so they weren't too good for you. And now, practically everything's LED. I mean, this cost me $20 on eBay. You know, I've got another one like it, was roughly the same price too. And it runs on, I don't know, how many have I got in here? What is that? 6 AA batteries. Not bad, eh? Not too bad. So technology's come a long way. I mean, they still do use big lights on big film sets, but for the average small filmmaker, you don't need it. So yeah, just another fantastic thing about the modern world. Yeah, it's good. Key light or whichever. If you look at my podcast last week, I mentioned that inside I had the tripod up about here, looking down. So this is again a typical not a good shot where you're looking upwards because you see the double chin. And guys, something I learned years ago when you're taking photographs, never ever take a photograph looking upwards to a woman, because you'll see the chin. Yeah, you will, you know, down there. Don't do it. All right. All right, any other questions before I go? Starting to get attacked by mozzies now, just now. Which again, the other night I did too. I was out here with a mate and went inside because of the mosquitoes. Yeah, no, it's true. Where do you do it? Just go on YouTube. So to watch, yeah, it's the video. Well, this will show up on my YouTube channel. It's the video before the last one is the podcast. It's just a video, but I called it a podcast with video. The last one was an unplanned one. This is typical of me with YouTube. I don't always plan everything. The last one was a Russian friend of mine called Sanushi, who finally got round to making a little video about Steam, the BitCurrency. BitCurrency? You know what I mean. So I said to him, do you mind if I just stick that up on my channel? And he was pleased with it. It was all my footage, but from a previous interview I did with him. I like Studio One. Is it Studio One or Studio A? I can't remember what I called it in that house tour video. But anyway, yeah, I do too. But my point is, I got bitten by mosquitoes, and I remembered, because I was itchy as hell, so I remembered I got the apple cider vinegar, even in the dark. Yep, all right. I got the apple cider vinegar, poured it on my hand, rubbed it on where I was bitten on the legs, and yeah, the stinging stopped. And as you may have seen in my apple cider vinegar video a good while back about that, it also stops mosquitoes biting. Just like pushing the light over with your hand. So yeah, that was pretty cool. Yeah, it's brilliant. Well, John Woods, Kerry, he got onto the apple cider vinegar because I put him onto it, and as I was saying at his funeral that you and I both went to, yeah, he was really, really well for a while. And he told me once he was on the apple cider vinegar for about a week. And I've been forgetting to take it, but I got back onto it recently. But I remember the first time I took it, I think I had it twice a day in water. After about a week, I suddenly woke up one day and said, I feel really, really well. So that wouldn't hurt to be feeling that again for me. So highly recommend it. If you haven't seen it, search my channel for apple cider vinegar, and you'll see a few videos I've made and benefits of it, because it is brilliant stuff. You have to have the stuff with what they say on the bottle, mother. The mother is the organism. You'll find the stringy, messy stuff in the bottle. No, that's good for you. Don't buy the stuff from your supermarkets like Coles, Woolworths, etc. They don't sell the ones with mother. Yeah, it's brilliant. Oh, I quite like the taste of it. But see, I used to like salt and vinegar chips too, so the vinegary taste is quite good in my opinion. Humble as it is. What about you, Head? I like it too. I think it's great. I'm just hoping the neighbours with the formerly barking dog aren't listening in, but anyway, they can get stuffed. And then if you tuned in, get stuffed. Because your dog created the problem, not mine. Yep, apple cider vinegar. So does anyone want me to mention anything else? This is a pretty long live stream. Still 4 people watching. Why don't you just come over and I'll put the kettle on. Come on, come over. You're not far. Our phone service. Okay. Right, I've got a little pop-up message. Right. That's the thing I don't like about enabling the phone or a tablet with Wi-Fi or whatever, because you get these annoying bloody messages when you don't want them. Now I can't get rid of it. I'll try again. There we go. Rockavision. Anyone else have anything they want me to mention in this live stream at all? I think I've covered a few things. You know, and here's the other thing. All right, I'll wrap it up with this then. When I was talking about making YouTube videos, almost always what a couple of views. No, I don't care about my usage. Almost always when I make a video for YouTube, I've learned my lesson the hard way. I'll upload it unlisted and then watch it on the big TV before I make it public, because that way if there's something that I've forgotten, which is quite often the case, I've mentioned that already, Craig, I'm going to have some little steak things that are in a cryovac package. I'll just fry them up, maybe have a couple of eggs after I go to the loo, of course. Yeah, the amount of times I've watched the video and gone, oh, I meant to put that in there, a cutaway shot of that, or I've had to go back, re-edit it, delete it off YouTube unlisted, and then fix it. That's the way to do it, because there have been times when I've just gone, yeah, no, that's fine, published it and gone, oh, I totally forgot to mention this part. And too late then, people have already seen it, and yeah, I don't know. Okay, well, it's an hour and 20. I don't know how much battery life this thing's got. I'm not familiar with it, you see. I know the battery level's low on my phone, but that doesn't matter. I'm not using my phone. So I'm going to sign off and have a pee, make some dinner and have a coffee. Well, thanks everyone. It's been brilliant to have some company. It'll be better when I have someone else here, like when you come over, Craig, next year. We'll do a little live stream. Flying foxes in the trees making noise. No, no dessert, mate. I rarely had dessert. I'll probably have a couple more Brazil nuts. I've been having lots and lots of nuts since I've come out of hospital from the heart attack, and it's supposed to be good for your cholesterol. They also made me put on a bit of weight, so yeah, no, I don't have any dessert, that's why. Not that I'm against it, I just don't have any in the house. I'm only a poor YouTuber with an itchy nose. Now Teddy's at the doorway, and yeah, well, Teddy, you had your opportunity. She's watching out for this mouse. I should tell you the mouse story. Anyone want to hear the mouse story before I go? Yeah. Okay. Yep. Okay. Well, had this mouse come into the house a few weeks ago. Now I'm itching my foot. I should put some apple cider vinegar on it. And I think that Big Eyes the cat brought the mouse in live, because we were sitting watching a movie one night and I saw this thing run across in the next room. I went, bloody mouse. So we went in, we tried to round it up either side of the lounge. And I said, Teddy, come here. Because Big Eyes had left again. Now Teddy's almost 20, so is Tippy. So they're not really active. But anyway, so I put Teddy in the room and she saw the mouse go into the corner. And she's watching it, and then the mouse went, wow, ran across Teddy's foot. And it ran into the corner of the room. So Teddy she didn't race after it, but she went, fairly quick like. And then the mouse, so ladies at one side of the house, I'd opened both doors to the back veranda for it to run out, you see. There was a moment I could have squished it with something. I didn't want to. So it ran through the kitchen to this door behind me where Teddy is standing at the moment, and this is what reminded me why Teddy's standing there. So I've run to the kitchen. Here's Teddy standing here and the mouse standing next to Teddy, and they're looking at each other like, oh. And it was only when I came through the kitchen then that the mouse went, oh, fuck this, and went out the door. So it wasn't the fact it was standing next to the cat that freaked it out. But yeah, along comes this big man. And so ever since, Teddy's been watching through the screen door every night, waiting to see where the mouse went. Well, I have a feeling that Big Eyes has since encountered that mouse, and maybe that mouse is no more, but who can say? Big Eyes has been bringing in possums lately, which is not good. She brought in one, I think the week before last. I was watching some YouTube. It was around midnight, and she snuck in. She always bolts through the cat flap. And I know when she bolts through, she's got something in her mouth. Next minute, she carried this brown possum behind the lounge, one of the lounges, and I heard this crunch, crunch, crunch. Oh, no. So, yeah, I ended up, and it stunk. It stunk. So I ended up throwing it out into the bush. Now, Big Eyes, she likes to please. She will often ask, it's good possum/rat night tonight. I can get you a tan rat, a tan possum, a fawn possum, or a brown possum. Which would you like? So I say no possum. Yeah, I know, it's gross. Anyway, that's the update on that. So Teddy's still standing at the door. Teddy, can you make coffee? I don't think she can. Anyway, look, that's probably enough for now. So thanks for watching. I'm going to have a pee and put the fry pan on and have a coffee. So cheers for joining me. On the playback, I'll put a subscribe. Where will it be? I'll put my little subscribe button here. There. Will it be? Yeah, it should be there. And something else anyway. All right. Yes, thanks, Kerry. Thanks, Craig. Thanks, everyone that's watching. Thanks, mate. Hope you're enjoying your lunch too over there. Thanks, Mac. Right in the middle. No, here. I think that's the middle. Right, it's a bit different using this versus a camera. I thought you said, I've already unsubscribed. No! Anyway, all right, it has been lovely, and thanks for joining me. And I'll say it anyway, g'day puppy breath, if you're watching tomorrow, when you can watch this back on the channel. Thanks everyone, and yeah, I guess comment below, as I said, if you'd like to see another live stream sometime in the near future, because it was a bit fun. But give me some ideas what you want me to talk about, because otherwise I'm flying blind. And as you see, yeah, Yahoo chat room. Yeah, I didn't use Yahoo chat once. I used I can't remember. I don't know. I never chatted that much, but before the internet, I used to use bulletin boards. Well over 20 years ago, and you could download stuff. But yeah, anyway. Well, maybe we should have that as a topic, the early computer days. I could probably tell you a bit about that, since I used to, well, maybe you and Craig used to chat, Gary. Don't tell Dave. Anyway, look, I'll say goodbye for now. And let me know below if you want to see another podcast. Gary, you go off and watch the podcast when you get time. And B, another live stream. So for now, it's it must be 8:30. Must be about 8:30. Would you agree, Craig? So 6:30 your time in Perth? Oh, yes to both? All right, well, let me know a topic or topics. That'd be cool. Yeah, it's a bit fun. At least I don't have to edit this. Okay, so that's time for a pee, a coffee, dinner, and probably a cigarette, Carrie. I think you could relate to that. Yep. Okay, so I'm going to stop the video now. It's just short of an hour and a half, so that's not too bad, especially considering I left my bottle of water inside the kitchen. So, now that's the question, how do I stop it? I don't want to stuff it up. I guess I won't. Good night, Mac. And yeah, I won't be going to bed for 3 or 4 hours probably yet. There's an X here. Do you think if I press the X it'll stop? Are we in agreement? All right. Cheers, everyone. And I'm going to press the X and see what happens. It's nighty night to you all. Here. This is what it says. Are you sure you want to stop streaming? Yes. See you, everyone.